Out here working up some more firewood for next year, year after, and truthfully probably a year after that, the way it's going. I got a lot of firewood. There's times like this I get to thinking, working is good for thinking. You get to, your mind gets clear, and thinking how much this technology and fish and all the stuff you hear about, the stuff that I've read about, and what it really means, and how I can make myself clearer on why forward-seeking radar love sucks. I'll be right back in just a minute. I'm D.W. Verts. This is my bass fishing channel. Old school. So that whole working wood analogy works for me because it's simple, and I am a simple person. I think fishing should be a simple sport. With all its complexities, all its intricacies, I think it should be kept simple. So I was thinking, I wish I'd just shut down and grab this camera when I first started thinking this. Kind of made some sense to me where I want to get across to the point, and I'll lose it now. When I started fishing, I was like everybody else, a bobber and a worm, nightcrawler, maybe stink bait for catfish, and then of course in advance I caught my first fish on lures, and then before too long I caught my first bass. I like the kaboosh and whatever. It's a transgression into bass fishing. I love the kaboosh. Now everybody does, that's okay. This whole sonar modern technology thing goes touching all kinds of fish, not just bass. It ain't even close to just being the bass. But it's simple. In its essence, in its purest form, fishing is you against the fish, and actually get more technical, it's you against you, but that's a whole nother thing. So I took up bass fishing, which is a complex kind of fishing. Not that other fishing can't be complex, but bass fishing can be pretty intense and squirrely, expensive. So can walleye, crappie, and catfish, though, whatever. I'm trying to get my point across that I'm not picking on anybody in particular. If you're not breaking the law, if it's legal to use this stuff, good for you, I guess. But why I don't like it, and why it even matters, and there's not very many people watch this stuff, I feel like I need to get this out. So here's the deal. I started bass fishing, started learning the most important part of bass fishing was not the casting, not the rods and reels, not the line, not the lures. It was finding the bass. I found out even in the smallest creeks, the smallest ponds, sometimes they were not where you thought they would be, and you had to figure that out. And in all truthfulness, that's all kinds of fish. They say that 10% of the water has 90% of the fish. Sometimes it's worse than that, sometimes not so bad. You got 1,000 acres of water, 100 acres of it does not have fish most of the time. It'd probably be 50 acres. Has the most fish in it, the most catchable, better fish. It's an art, y'all. I talk about the tasting, the feeling, the smelling, the being in nature, listening, thinking, and making things come your way, or letting them come your way, making things happen, making good decisions, which all will be all the same with forward-seeking radar love. It's still, you have to do that. You and I know, if you've been fishing very long, you know there's people that will never be able to catch a fish or lay it at the bottom of their boat flopping. You throw it at their feet on a pond bank, they won't be able to catch it. Some fish don't need to be caught by some people. There's a knack to fishing. The people that will do the best with this new technology are already the best fishermen, but it's probably leveled the playing field a bunch. Fished the other day down here at Lake of the Ozarks, everywhere you look, and people are doing this. I've been trying to think of some cute name for the disease, osteoporosis, basculosis. Let's try that one. Basculosis. I invented that right here. That was good. I write that one. Oh, it's already basculosis. People are going to be suffering from freaking backaches. Chiropractors, what have you been doing? Well, I've been staring at my forward-seeking radar love all weekend. All my life. Finding the fish, going to a new place. 1987, I went to the Chafalaya Basin. Oh, million acres of swamp to fish a bass tournament. First time ever fishing a swamp. BSS Federation tournament. Went down there with a couple months of map study under my belt and outdated maps. They did not give us good maps. They weren't helping the Missouri team much. All the way to Louisiana, 11 hours. Put the boat in, place never been before, never seen before, never smelled before, never touched before. And my very first cast, after all that map study, all that thinking where I want to start, my very first cast, I caught a keeper bass. Y'all never forget that fish. Now, I didn't tear him up in the tournament. That didn't mean I loaded up on him, but my very first cast in a million-acre swamp. Y'all get that? That was what fishing, the essence of fishing is to me, making it work. When I was successful in tournaments, I win a tournament. Sometimes, I mean, there's dumb luck. It happens, but you always make your own luck, too, if you give it a shot. The best fishing I ever did when I was fishing my best, it was magic. Things clicked. Guiding over the years, things clicked. And I had the times that things didn't click. I'm getting those slumps, and it was a mental thing, and getting back out of it. It was all cool because it was all part of it. Nowadays, and I don't fish bass tournaments. It's been almost 2 years since I've been in a derby. I'm thinking about doing some. I know I'm going to have an uphill battle, upstream battle. But fishing is, you're against yourself before you're even against the fish. And the other guys, if you do it right, the competition just, it takes third place. Because most of the time you beat yourself fishing. I don't care if you're tournament fishing or fishing a pond bank. You make stupid decisions. You let things change your mind. You follow stupid, oh, they're not biting kind of deal. But the forward-seeking radar love guys, they don't know how to find fish. Or they won't. In following generations, they won't. They're just going to go out and look around. They find fish. If those don't bite, they go to the next batch of fish. And there's new techniques, new ways to learn to make them bite. I get that. It's a whole new world. I can't watch it. I tried to watch the Bassmasters Classic. Man, I used to look forward to that classic every year. Because for one thing, I knew a bunch of guys that fished. I always figured someday I'd be there with them. Well, that didn't happen. Maybe I'm just a sorrowful old man who's trying to relive his past, whatever. These new guys are never going to do it the way we did it, the older guys. And some of the older guys are doing this too because they have to for fishing tournaments. But the crappie fishermen are doing it. The cat fishermen and these paddlefish spoonbillers, here they're just wiping them out. Bottom line, I don't think it's fair to the fish. It's opened up doors and windows for people they never knew was there. A buddy of mine who may watch this, Glenn, he made a comment to me several years ago, and I don't argue with people, especially on the water, how tournament fishing had displaced the bass so much that the crappie fishermen, the spider riggers, catch them out in the middle of the lake. Bass don't belong out in the middle of the lake. Glenn, they always was there, bud. They always was. The Panoptics, forward-seeking radar love guys are proving that. There's homers, there's roamers, and there's weird fish that just do whatever. There's fish that never come to shore to speak of. There's huge school, and fishing pressure and boat traffic and stuff makes it worse. This technology has showed people some new things. There's fish that live out there that are not catchable by standard technology, so it's opened that up to people, but is that good? Is that a good thing? It's legal. Does that make it right? I don't know. I like it the old way. I like it the simple way. My bass boat I bought this used old beat up bass boat. Well, it's not that beat up. It's a nice boat. I'm not going to have a bunch of stuff on it. Then I have people say, well, you got a depth finder on it. Well, yeah. You got graph on the console? Yeah, I do. 2D graph. Or will have. Well, listen to me. You sorry sacks, if that's what you think. Bass fishing is a modern sport. Bass fishing is not ancient. Bass fishing started becoming really popular in the 1920s and 30s. By the 60s and 70s, it is what it is. It's huge. We always had depth finders, always had some technology. So that's all I ever knew. Yeah, I can caveman bass fish. I may try that, but cavemen didn't bass fish. They speared them. I can do that too, I guess. I don't enjoy looking at a depth finder all day. I never have done it. And there's the other thing. I never have done this. Maybe I'm missing something. If I am, let me know what I'm missing. Tell me why a fat old guy has a rant about something he's never even done. See, I'm the kind of guy, I don't even fish. I've been fishing twice all year, waiting to make this happen the way I want it to happen. I drive down the road thinking about what I'd be doing today with the clouds and wind. Same thing with my hunting and trapping and everything else I've ever done. You think about what I would be doing if the situation was where I was on the water. Nowadays, why would you think about that? It don't matter. You drive around, you find fish. Pretty soon they'll have the forward-seeking sonar at the console where you can drive around and you don't even have to get on the trolling motor, except to catch fish. I know it's not working for everybody. I know some folks are going to be better at it than others. I get that. Is it fair to the fish? Is it fair to the folks? Even a bunch of guys I know folks that can't afford the technology, they be doing it. It's high dollar. It's a rich person's deal. $1,500 for a transducer. I bought one of the transducers, 2018 or 19. I bought a Panoptix transducer. I guess late 18 I bought one. Never could put it on a boat. Thought about that winter. Could not make myself put it on my boat. I sold it in 2020 when nobody could find them for the same thing I paid for it. Good riddance. Crappie fisherman bought it. I hope he's catching loads and loads of crappie, filling his freezer up, breaking all like they all do. I gotta go. Does that make any sense? Is this stupid? Yeah, it's a stupid video. I'm a stupid person. I'm not real bright. Screw the modern technology. I'm going to do it my way until it's no fun anymore, and that may be really quick. I'm planning on fishing a few derbies this year. Yeah, we used to call them derbies way back in the day. Whatever. I'm going to fish a few events. I'm planning on it, Lord willing. I'm not going to do it with a Panoptix forward-seeking radar love on my boat. I ain't going to spend the money. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to fish blood and guts, touchy-feely, smelling, tasting, thinking. Probably too much thinking. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk at you later.